Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Chento, and this is going to be a little bit of a My Summer Car how-to. We've got, there's been a few questions of how to do different game saves and everything like that, because the game only allows you to have one. Well, I'm going to show you how. Basically, we'll just exit out of that. You can see my funky GTA background. I've got all the shortcuts to the things here, but I'll show you where they are. First of all, we want, I want you to set up a shortcut to that, but you know, it just makes it easier when you're swapping in game saves. But if you go to your files, first of all, you'll want to go to local disk, users, your user profile. Then you'll want to unhide your files, which you can do from view, hidden items. So that's me hiding it. And then you want to click on the app data file. Then you want to go into local low. Then you want to go into Amistec. Then you want to go, see, I've got the shortcut there. You want to make a shortcut of My Summer Car. And these are your save game files. Now, I'll just quickly run through what these files all do. The default ES2 file is your main game save file. That's all the items you've got in your game relating to the car, the vehicles in the game, where they are, what way they're pointing, what way the light switches are on, etc., where your player is, time of the day, etc. The graveyard is basically just details of where your player dies and stuff like that. It's not too important. Items are the stuff in your fridge, like your sausages, your beer, how many you have in each, and thing like that, how much milk you've got, stuff like that. The mesh save is the body data file for the Satsuma. So effectively, when the main body shell of the Satsuma gets damaged, that automatically updates. Options are just as it suggests, what settings you've got for your key bindings and mouse sensitivity, etc. Trophies are what you've won with the Satsuma. So, how to have separate game saves. You will have create a folder basically here on your desktop is the easiest way to do it, because you've also got the shortcut there. We'll just put in new save as our title of the folder. And back on the My Summer Car thing, we'll just do it as a backup, but you can do it as a separate game save. You'll copy all these files and plop them into your new folder. And there you have it. That's your new save file. So I'll just go into the shortcut there because I accidentally closed the wrong thing. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to be swapping in and out the ES2 file for different game saves. Mesh save, if you've damaged the body shell, you want to swap in and out of that. I would recommend keeping a clean mesh save somewhere. You know, I've got a clean mesh save hidden in my editor folder, but I'll show you that in a second. So if the body shell of the Satsuma gets damaged, you know, that's what I say, just swap out the mesh save with your clean one, and it doesn't matter what the settings are on your main game save, it'll restore the body shell of the Satsuma. The default ES2 file is the one that you want to have for the separate game saves. So if you've got that set up, see, this is my backup one here. I'll just get rid of the folder. You've seen that. This is my backup for the YouTube channel in here. And basically, if I was wanting to update that, it's the same settings because I updated the backup when I last saved the game. But if I wanted to just swap in my separate game save and nothing else, I would just copy that, paste it into the main game save file, replace the file, bang. That would be whatever game save I had swapped in, and you know, I could just swap them. You could put it in here as well, and you could just rename it, and then, but you know, it gets a bit complicated renaming the files and stuff like that. So I find it easier just to swap it in and out from your desktop. What I'll show you now is my editor that I've got. I'll leave a link to this in the description. But basically what it does is you would open the editor, and it should automatically be pointing at the game save file, because it automatically saves in the same place for everyone. But you would go to file and open, and you would open your ES2 file. Now for this can transport objects anywhere in the world, teleport objects, tell you information on the Satsuma. You can bring in, you know, different items and stuff. So if you lose like your toolbox or something on the road, you can teleport it. Basically go into the tools, teleport object, and it should be down in down by T, I think. I can't remember what they... Yeah, toolbox transform. Now, anything with transform is either a vehicle or a changer. So all the vehicles, like you'll have muscle transform, van transform, you'll have car transform, which is the Satsuma, tractor transform, you'll have sledgehammer transform because it changes the shape of objects, stuff like that, you know. So you've got toolbox transform, and you can transport it to like the repair shop, the drag strip, your table, the driveway outside your garage. So that's all easy to do. You save it, load it up, and it'll be there. We'll just discard that because I'm not wanting to actually do it, but it works. The only thing you can't do is, and I'll do it just to show you, actually, this one. The sewage truck. You cannot put the sewage truck, obviously, in the garage. It won't fit. You also can't put it onto the driveway because, again, it warps onto the roof, and I'm going to show you that just as an example that it does work. The sewage truck is this Gifu transform. As you'll see, it's got the Gifu's tank. That's the settings on how much shit is basically in the sewage tank. But we don't need to know that. We'll go on a Gifu transform. We don't. We'll go on a teleport object. That's what I'm wanting to go on to here. Then we'll go down to Gifu transform. Where are we? G. Gifu transform. Teleport it to the garage driveway. Now you can't actually do this, but I'm just showing you that it breaks. It breaks where it sits, and I'll swap the save back so it doesn't matter. Apply it. File. I don't need a backup made of this. You can if you're worried what you're doing, and then you can just swap the backup in your game save file, but it doesn't really matter. I know I've got the backup anyway that I'm going to be swapping out. Save that, and I'll just minimize the editor. Like I say, I'll leave a link to the editor in the description. We'll go on to that, we'll go to continue, and you'll see why you can't put the sewage truck on the driveway. Right, here we go. Now when we go out, the sewage truck should be hovering over our heads basically, because the back of it should be on the roof. Oh look, where's our sewage truck? Oh look, there it is. You see, so that's why I had to teleport it to a road, effectively. And just, yeah, go and look for it, see where I could find it, because it's the only place where it might have been relatively close to home to get it. So we don't want that. But it's just to show you that it does actually work in teleporting things. So we'll just quit without saving. And I'll quickly show you again. Make shortcuts to everything, you know, for your editor and stuff like that. I'll go into the My Summer Car shortcut. I'll go onto my backup for YouTube. Copy the default ES2 file. Paste it in. Overwrite. Done. I'll just close them off. Go back into My Summer Car and continue. And the sewage truck should be where we left it originally, not back on top of the garage. Anytime you like would be good. There we go. Now the sewage truck should be at the end of our path rather than above our heads. Like that. So that's how you edit things like that. What I'll also show you is, we'll just quit without saving because we don't need to see any more of that. What I'll show you is in the editor, if you want to, for example, the windscreen, you know, replace the windscreen, you will go to, where is it now? I don't have it because, yeah, because it was, because I fixed it, I don't have it, it's not in the game. But when you break the windscreen, you will get a broken windscreen, you know, sitting on this up here. What you would do with the broken windscreen is you would have true set on that. You just click on the setting to true, change it to false, and save it. And when you go back to the Satsuma, you'll have a windscreen back in your car. So that's how you do that. You can also get information on the Satsuma, what bolts you have loose and stuff like that. But, you know, everything should be tight. It gets a little bit confused if you've got parts uninstalled. It thinks the bolts are loose, but it says I've got 2 loose bolts, but I've also got a steering wheel and a racing muffler that I don't have fitted, and it just thinks that the bolts are loose on that. But as you can see, all my other bolts are tight. So that's effectively it. It's just a case of swapping files. On the mesh save, you do the same. Like I say, if the body was damaged on your Satsuma, you would go to your clean mesh save file. You would go onto that. You would just copy that, the same as you do that file, paste it in, overwrite, and you would have a clean Satsuma. It would just be, the body would be completely repaired. So hopefully that's clear. That's all fairly clear. It's once you get a hang of where the files are, it's not too bad. It's just a case of swapping things out and having a backup one elsewhere on your desktop or something like that, swapping them around. So you could just swap save back. Like I say, if anyone's got any questions or isn't sure on anything, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you and try and explain it a little bit better. But that's basically a rough overview of how it is. Like I say, I'll leave a link in the description to that save game editor. And yeah, hopefully it helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.